Hi, my name is Ming, and today we'll be telling you a little bit about how in GNPS dashboard you can start using the different collaboration and synchronization features to work together to look at data, analyze data, as well as for teaching. So the two high-level overview, the two modes are first, you'll be able to collaboratively visualize data together in the same way that you would expect to be able to do it in things like Office 365 and Google Docs. So multiple people will be able to look at the same mass spectrometry data at the same time, and if one person changes the visualization, zooms in, navigates around, chooses a different XIC or an MS2, all others will be able to see exactly those changes as well. And so anybody can change the visualization and synchronize. And so that's our full collab, full synchronization mode. And then the second one is called leader-follower mode. And this is more meant for mentoring and teaching, where there's one instructor and they're working through data, and all the other students or mentees, they'll be following along exactly to what that leader is doing. And so one of the nice things here, we think, is not just following along, but you have the ability to stop following along, and then the students can build off of the visualization that the leader brought them to that point. And so we hope that it's a good, hand-holding, and then let them explore and really dig into the data and learn something about it. So without further ado, let's get into the demonstrations on how to actually do it for real. So hope you enjoy. Okay, so we'll get started with the full sync collaboration mode. And so if you've gotten this far in the videos, then you'll know that we'll need to go to gnps-lcms.ucsd.edu. So this is the GNPS dashboard. And so we'll start off here. It's kind of the most basic template, basic default file. Let's get something a little bit fancier. And again, just a little bit more complexity. So what we'll start off with is click on sync options here. And what this will bring up is a little pop-up, and we'll want to see under dashboard synchronization type. And so we'll click this drop down and say click on collab. And then once we've clicked on collab, we'll click on set synchronization. So now everything's good to go. We just need to start sharing this link right here. So let's click on it. It's copied to your clipboard. And what we can do is give that to a collaborator. And then what we can see in this particular panel is it'll get started. You can see this thing here that says sync started, and it'll load up the exact same view that we saw in this first tab. So let me just split this into two so we can kind of see them side by side. It's a little bit messy and cramped, but it illustrates the point. So on this left-hand side, they're both bidirectionally synced. So if I zoom in on this particular spot here, it'll propagate to this right side in just a few seconds. And similarly, if I zoom in even further here on this right side, it'll synchronize the left side here. So it just takes a little bit. And so what we can also do, kind of par for the course, is if we click on an MS2, renders here, renders here. So now it's fully synced. So that covers the collaborative sync. You can copy that link, share it with your friends and collaborators. It's probably not going to work in the same way Google Docs doesn't work with hundreds of people, but you can give it a go. And so now what we'll start doing, let's kind of reset from the very beginning. Let's click on this again. And what we'll see is we'll start from a blank slate of this default, and we'll go back to sync options again. And so this is now what we're going to do is the leader-follower synchronization. And so when we click on this drop down, we'll see a leader, follower, and collab. So let's click on leader. And so let's presume you're the teacher. And then once you've done that, click set synchronization. And so now you're in charge. And so one other thing you can start doing is you can see this leader session token. So this is basically a randomly generated password so that your followers can't hijack your session. So it's optional. You can click on that. You can get a new token. It automatically generates it, and you can check your token. So verified, you're ready to go. And so what you can start doing now to share with your students is you click on copy follower URL right here. Or alternatively, you have this QR code right here. And you can post that in a PowerPoint or something like that. And then what you can do is after we've copied this URL, you simply give it to your students, and then they will hop onto this follower link, and it will start synchronizing to exactly what you're looking at. So kind of this default over here. Additionally, for your kind of own housekeeping and keeping links around, you want to copy this copy leader URL if you have a session token. So that just kind of saves it around so you can be in charge and you'll never lose it, because we can't recover these. And so you can save that somewhere else. But just kind of illustrating the point, we'll split the panel again. So again, it's a little bit messy. So on this left side is the leader, on the right side is the follower. As you zoom in here on the leader side, the follower follows suit. But one of the things to notice is if we start zooming in and navigating around on the follower side, it'll eventually override the follower. So that's only, if you're following along, any of your changes won't be remembered, except what you can start doing is clicking this red button called Sync Terminate. And so if you stop the synchronization, you can start exploring, you can start zooming in and around, changing how you're looking at things. And if you want to hop back onto what the follower is doing, all you have to do is click on Sync Initiate, and then in the next round of synchronization, it'll show exactly what the leader is showing. So this is a good way where your students can pop off onto a tangent and then hop back on to what the leader is doing if they want to get back on the lesson plan. So we hope that helps. That's just a very basic introduction, and see you next time.